And now turning to South America, where a major policy shift has occurred from the United States. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro has said that the U.S. had authorized petroleum giant Chevron to resume oil production in the Latin American country. The move comes just a few months after the Trump administration moved to cancel the company's license over human rights concerns. During a televised interview on Thursday, Maduro praised the move and welcomed Chevron's return after a sweeping policy reversal in Washington.
Chevron was informed about its licensing concessions to continue operations in Venezuela. They informed Executive Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, who reiterated to Chevron, "As we say to all international firms and companies working in Venezuela, welcome to the work." There are already working groups for Chevron to resume its functions. I congratulate them, it seems very good to me. Chevron has been in Venezuela for 102 years, and I want them to have 100 more years of peaceful work.
And now Chevron has operated in Venezuela for over a century and has been granted a license under former President Joe Biden to produce and export Venezuelan crude. In fact, in 2022, a deal was reached to ease sanctions in return for the release of detained Americans and a promise by Maduro to allow fair elections. But as Maduro sidelined the opposition, most sanctions were reimposed. And yet the U.S. maintained the concession to Chevron, which single-handedly produces 24% of oil in Venezuela. And that decision was heavily criticized. In fact, in February, President Trump announced he was reversing crooked Joe Biden's concessions to Maduro. He even accused Maduro of failing to honor a migrant return agreement and threatened a 25% tariff on any country buying oil or gas from Venezuela. Washington then gave Chevron 30 days to halt operations, and the company complied and its license expired in May. And several other foreign energy firms also lost their licenses to operate in the country. But reports suggest the policy reversal is a huge win for Chevron, which has lobbied hard to have its license restored. The oil giant reportedly warned the U.S. that without its presence, China and Russia could gain more influence in the region.
The company conducts its business globally in compliance with laws and regulations applicable to its business, as well as the sanctions frameworks provided for by the U.S. government, including in Venezuela.
Besides, the policy shift also brings relief to Venezuela's struggling economy, one that's been largely isolated since Maduro's disputed election last year.
Every investor from the United States who wants to work with serious people of their word on the basis of legality, come to Venezuela. Venezuela is the paradise of investments for oil, gas, petrochemicals, and hydrocarbons. Welcome whenever and however you want.
In fact, the move to ease some restrictions on Venezuela's oil sector comes on the heels of a recent prisoner swap between the two nations, which has helped ease diplomatic tensions. Relations between the two countries have been tense for years, and the Trump administration has publicly supported opposition leaders who say their candidate won last year's election, not Maduro. So while Chevron is back in business, political tensions still linger. Diplomatic relations between Caracas and Washington will also remain frosty. And for now, the future of the deal is anything but certain.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakaljo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.